Well, 18 months ago, you purchased a basketball team, and you talked about it being a lifelong dream and something you want to accomplish. Today, with this amazing bridge and an amazing city, the premier entertainment facility that the Warriors are going to play in, I just start with, what does this day mean to you?
Well, this is a big day, and an expensive day too, by the way. But this is a great day. When Peter and I and the rest of the group bought this team 18 months ago or so, we certainly knew that we were going to be addressing this problem at some point. We had a lot to do for the first year, a lot of things to clean up and change and so on, and that's well chronicled. But the last 6 months, we focused really hard on this. We've looked at all the venues in the Bay Area and, focusing really on Oakland and San Francisco, various sites. And we decided when this came available, it doesn't get any better than this. This is just about as good as you could ever dream up.
Peter, an arena is a...
I'm in charge of weather.
I was going to say.
That was, he told me, I'm in Southern California, you're in charge of weather. So, look, I can take credit for this.
An arena is a community asset and one of the few places where 20,000 people get together, whether it be a Warrior game and total strangers are hugging and high-fiving each other, entertainment, concerts, kids, grandkids, the whole bit. I mean, it really is a special thing more than just a building that happens to exist in a city.
This is social networking live. I mean, this is really, you think Facebook and Twitter made social networks. We did. This is social cohesion. The idea of people of different gender, different race, different age, different ethnic background, different economic background, all cheering, laughing, crying together makes you feel part of something. It's a critical element in any society. You want to bind them together. You can't just do it with digital words. You have to do, or digital marks. You have to do it with oohs and ahs. You have to really get at the heart of people, and this is the method to do it.
Joe, I know that you're thorough in a lot of your evaluation. When you look at the Bay Area's basketball team and fans throughout the Bay Area, what made this site and this city kind of stand out as to where you wanted to build this iconic building?
Well, I mean, first of all, when you see the site, it's hard not to think that it's going to be great. It is an amazing site, but it has several things that really are important to us. First of all, what most people don't understand is that our fan base, it's 50-50, East Bay, West Bay. That's fact. I know a lot of people think it's all East Bay focused and so on, and we have great fans in the East Bay, but we have half of them over here. No matter where we were going to put this facility, someone was going to complain. There's a bridge to cross. So, you're never going to make everybody happy. In this site, though, we feel that the most people can get to this site than any other site. Lots of public transportation. That bridge is right there. You get off here coming from the East Bay. BART, the Muni, the train from the peninsula, Caltrain, gets off at, not far away. You could walk that, but they're doing an underground tunnel, a large project that's going to go to the Transbay Terminal, which is the largest transportation hub on the West Coast. It's going to be done the same year that we finish this, and that is going to go from Caltrain, so the people from the peninsula can come right there. Everyone can get to this spot so easily. And then you look at all of the infrastructure, the giants, all everything they did, it's all happened since they came in the Soma, and all the tech companies, and the people walking on the streets here every day, the restaurants that are already here and more that we'll put in. It's an amazing opportunity that we're very fortunate and blessed.
We're agnostic. We look at ourselves as serving, hands open, ecumenically, if you will, the greatest San Francisco Bay Area. The Bay connects the whole area. So we look at it that way, and we're owned by the fans. We're owned by the community, the cultural community, the political communities, the constituencies. They're all part of it. We're not separate from it. The idea of that it's 8 or 9 miles from where it was before, as the crow flies. I know not many crows fly, but the point is, the idea is we're here. We're not moving to New Jersey. And so the idea is we're embracing everyone. We don't look at this as ours. We want to be collaborative. We're not proprietorship, that we say this is ours, only belongs in this corner of this element of this piece of land. It's the whole area, and I think that's what we have to venerate.
Nuts and bolts, 2017, privately financed. I mean, I know that's a big thing in California, is that the partnership of the owners, it's that financing and going to your finance background there. I mean, tell people how a building or project this big gets done.
Well, it's a very big project. It's probably the biggest risk I've ever taken, certainly, and I've started a lot of companies. That's a lot of money. It's a big gamble to some extent. But look, you have to look at the upside. It's not about looking at the downside. It's about looking at the upside. There's a great upside here. And all I can tell you is that we have a tremendous investor group. We have great resources, and we're pretty smart financially. we're going to do this. It's done. We're going to do it. That is not something people should worry about. We're going to get this financed. We're going to do it. Our pockets are going to get a lot lighter. There's no question it's a lot of our money. But at the end of the day, we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't think we could make a return.
Tell me architecturally, I know both of you guys have talked about this. You're talking one of the world's greatest cities, and you're leaving a mark forever on its waterfront. What will this building even look like? And I've got to think that the style and architecture is going to be just as amazing as the amenities inside.
Well, I think they're recognizing that the cover of something is important. The title of the cover, any of those elements are important, but it's got to be serviceable. It's got to fit into the environment that surrounds it. It's got to be part of the environment. It's got to actually execute on the promise of being a Bay Area asset. So I think we're recognizing that, but we're in the beginning of that process. We're in the beginning of that process. Literally, one of the parts of this audition is to look at all the opportunities, not to rush to judgment, to really get a lot of value proposition from the people in the community, their ideas, thoughts. We want to be respectful of the fact that it's going to be here after we're gone, and so we have to recognize that we're in the process. There's authorship here, but there isn't ownership in that sense.
Put your basketball hat on. The ability to attract people to a major facility, the ability to strive for the best in every single thing that you're doing, players feel that. They know that. I think even today, when you see a Jerry West, a Mark Jackson, a David Lee, they're saying, yeah, the building's 5 years from now, but they're energized by where it's going. And that's got to be something that is in the back of your mind as far as building the franchise itself that's going to play on the court.
Let me tell you something. I have the greatest partner you could ever have to do something like this. And the rest of our partners are all equally great. We sit around and say, we are so lucky, we're so blessed, because they're all very committed people. They're can-do people. And the truth is, from day one, we sat and we said, we looked each other in the eye and we said, we're not going to do this, right? We're not going to do this unless we're going to do it really right. Every aspect of it, 100% really, really right. And so whether that means hiring the best people, you have to change people sometimes. We did. You have to hire the best coaching staff, the best medical people, change the offices, make people feel comfortable. We got nice offices. We didn't have that before. Whatever it is, change the Oakland Arena for the next 5 years. We're spending a lot of money to upgrade that arena so that make sure that experience while we play there is really good as we can get it. So everything, and that goes down to this arena. We're going to build the best building that anyone's ever seen. It's certainly the best site that anyone's ever seen. It's going to be a great, great arena. It's going to be a great entertainment complex. Or we're going to die trying.
Or I'm going to kill you.
Finish on a personal note here real quick. What will this mean to you in 2017 when people's kids and grandkids are going to be coming to an arena that Peter Guber and Joe Lacob actually were the impetus in building? What will that mean on a personal level to both you guys?
I think this is the journey. I know it sounds really corny, but at the end of it, all the experiences I've had building things or movies, at the end of it, you went, I'll give you a quick answer for that. So I made this picture. I worked 5.5 years on it. I sat in the Oscar ceremony, and they said, the winner is. And I jumped up. I happened to glance at my watch. I ran up, and I said, and I sat down. It was 15 seconds. And I thought, did I work the 4.5 years for 15 seconds? No. This journey has got to be wonderful. It's going to be hard. There'll be trials and tribulations. There'll be punctures or two. But the idea is we will prevail to be able to get to the end. But it's the journey. So I'll feel that the journey was worth it if we get to the point you said.
I want to say something else about that. We talked about this just this morning. It's funny you asked that question. It really, anyone who's done things in their life or had a success of any, you realize you worked really hard to do it. And it's like over. Right. In 2 seconds, it's over. You're on to the next thing. We're like junkies. We want to do good things. So the truth of the matter is, it's all about the journey. Like Peter says, it's about getting there. It's about trying together to make something happen. And we're trying, not only us and our investor group, but all the Warrior fans and all this community. We're trying to bring everybody together, and we're going to take the input from people. We're trying to build something that everybody can be really proud of and enjoy, and for many, many years. And whether it's a great legacy, I don't know, I'm not going to be here but to really know whether it was a good legacy at that point in time. So it's about the journey. It's about doing it together.
2017, clock's ticking. Let's go. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.